what's going on? This your boy Play.B, chillin'. I got my boy Rev on the phone. We got him on a remote interview. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, what's up?
Go ahead and bring you in. What's going on, Rev? You there, my boy?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm here out now, just standing out in the cold, in the wet rain here in the Central Valley. They've been praying for some rain, and I think it actually happened.
Yeah, see, they always say be careful what you wish for, right?
Yeah, we're not in a drought anymore. But anyways, how's it going, man?
It's going good, brother. You know, I'm just chilling, man, having a good time, drinking my coffee. You know, I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, it's kind of early. I don't think we've ever recorded anything this early in the morning. It's kind of, I kind of like it. It's a little bit of a break. So actually drinking coffee instead of having some alcohol.
I know, this is weird. Like, I'm not used to this, man. But it's fun, though.
I like this.
No, I was chilling here. I was like, you know what, man? I'm gonna have some coffee. You know, Martha went to work, Junior's at school, and I was like, hooking up the studio, you know, just checking it out. And I was like, I'm usually buzzed by now. Like, I know where all the connections go. Everything connected smoothly. Like, wow, this is awesome. I like it.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, definitely.
But
but yeah, it's good. It's the start of the new year. I think this is this the first time we've actually talked to each other after the New Year's? We talked to Angel. That was before the New Year's, was it? I'm all lost, man.
No, you know what? No, that was before New Year's. That was around Christmas time.
Was it?
When we had him in the...
Yeah. It was. Yeah. So it was right after Christmas. So this is actually the first time we sat and talked and actually doing a show for the New Year. So Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's, everybody.
Yeah. Get ready for World War III, everybody.
Well,
Merry Christmas.
Speaking of World War III, did you see my Facebook post? Somebody posted on Facebook. I had to steal it. Well, just like everybody steals memes on Facebook, but this was like a little video of a Purple Heart recipient. I forgot his name, David something. But let me play you that audio, man. This thing got me all hyped up. If I check it out.
We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
That's some gangster shit right there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but everybody's taking that like a threat. And I really don't think that's a threat.
I don't think it is either, but it's like, first of all,
it's a matter of fact. It's a matter of fact, but go ahead.
Well, I'm saying like Iran, what are they going to do? They have like technology we gave them in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you know, we got, like I was telling Angel the other day on the phone, I was like, dude, we have air superiority. I mean, we could ruin their infrastructure with bomb strikes before they could even mobilize, you know, and then they don't even have a navy, so there's no way they can invade us, you know. It's like, what are they gonna do?
No, you're exactly right, and I think that was put on full display. So it was just so interesting that how and I think this is the difference between, I guess, the administrations. I mean, everybody's talking about how Trump is you know, he's not a pacifist. He's willing to fight back. Where Obama was kind of like, you know, just here's some money. Let's play nice. But the fact that we were able to do this, I kind of think that years of I guess not willing to respond aggression with aggression, because you got to remember. So you remember rewind the tape to about mid-year last year, when Iran was capturing oil vessels coming through the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, right.
And then they shot down like 1 or 2 U.S. drones. And in fact, the last time they shot down the drone, Trump was about ready to just launch an attack or an airstrike. And then he pulled back because he assessed, rightfully so, I think. I mean, at the time, I was like, hey, what's going on here? But he said, it's not worth killing lives over a down piece of machinery. You know, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So I kind of think that we got to remember, Iran's been pushing buttons since 1979.
Right.
After the Iranian Islamic Revolution, they've just been pushing buttons in the region for years and years and years, just like this little toddler, just trying to see how far they can go before they get their hand smacked. And what happened with Soleimani was they got their hand smacked in a major way, and they didn't know how to respond. I mean, when you look at the video,
they thought we were playing.
When they tried. Well, look at this video from the other night when they tried to attack our air bases, or our bases in Iraq. You know, it's like ineffective. I mean, it's kind of like. But the funny thing is, though, it's kind of like they needed to respond. I mean, okay, so it's like getting in an argument on Facebook. You know, you shouldn't respond. It's pointless. It's not going to go anywhere. But you still feel like I got to do something. I just can't let them think like I'm, you know, I'm a punk or whatever.
Yeah, it was like an ego, like a blow to their ego, right?
Yeah, and I think that's just what it was. They had to do some internal propaganda. So they say, we launched they're probably told their people we launched an attack, and then
a successful,
kill anybody,
a successful attack, and
yeah. So they basically have the last word, because America's not going to retaliate, mainly because Iran's airstrike or their missile launch did nothing. Our defenses, the air defense system over there, knocked all the missiles down, and nobody was killed.
And then I heard that was a base that wasn't even fully operational yet. It was just like they were just getting it going.
Well,
like, can you imagine?
It's not even an American base. It's a base, an Iraqi base that houses coalition forces. So it's not even an American base. It just houses American soldiers. So
I see.
I mean, that's how ineffective Iran is.
Damn.
They don't have anything. They don't. I mean, Obama was an idiot to try to make peace with these people when they've been calling for the death of America. Even while they were given the money by Obama, they were still chanting death to America.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Now, there is an argument that could say, well, you know, I don't like this argument, but I know that some people make this argument that we're the instigators of all this because we've been in the Middle East for so long. And I'm going to say, no, I don't think that's the case. I think that Iran would have still wanted destruction of the West, especially Israel. So I think they would have always been a threat to the West. They're like the Bond villain of trying to conquer the world kind of mentality because of the extreme, well, I guess it's politically correct to call it fundamentalist Islamic ideology. But anyways.
You know, they remind me of the schoolyard kid that was getting punked around, and now that he became somebody, he wants to, you know, bully everybody else. And
well, but like, they really aren't. They really don't have anybody. So the only backing that Iran has is China and Russia. And that's the scary part. Is China and Russia. So,
but you know what? What's scary about China, bro? You ever buy anything from the dollar store and it breaks the next day? Like, dude, they can't even get a Generation 5 fighter going. You know, and they same with Russia. Now, Russia, they're a little more capable. You know, but as far as bro, look, I don't know anybody in their right mind that would want to come against the only superpower in the world right now. And plus, we're the only army in the world that has a Generation 5 fighter. Like, I don't think people grasp the gravity of having such a plane or such a platform. Like the Generation 5 fighter has capabilities that are still classified, you know what I mean? And all these, and you always got like China, oh, you know, we could detect, bless you, we could detect these planes, and it's like, bro, this plane on radar is smaller than a ping pong ball. So they don't even know it's a plane, like, you know what I mean? It's that small that the radar reading of this thing, plus it has jamming capabilities. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro.
Yeah, well, our technology is always going to be superior. Superior. Sorry, I still haven't finished my coffee. But
I'm on my fourth cup, bro. I'm ready to run to work right now.
I think Trump is right. I mean, look at the things that he's been saying in the last few days. We have the best. We have the best military. We have the best. They're the best. Number one. I mean, I don't think he's wrong in that. I think it's just been, you know, over the last few years, you know, it's just like American exceptionalism has been like this.
Well, people have been taking our kindness for weakness, and it's time to show them that we're not going to be played around with. You know what I mean? it's enough's enough. You know, you have to meet violence with violence sometimes, and it's like, yo, the best way to deal with the bully is to kick his ass or get your ass kicked. But either way, you're gonna let him know that, hey, bro, I ain't playing around. I'm tired of your bullshit. You know what I mean? That's just my philosophy, anyway. I guess I'm old school, huh?
Well, no, I think you're right, but I don't think Iran wants to go to war because that would be the end of Iran.
I don't think they could go. They wouldn't stand a chance. Period. And I think Russia and China wouldn't back them up. They'd be like, whoa, wait a minute. I mean, I don't know, man. And then we have Thor's hammer. Like, have you heard of these new technologies that that have been around for a while? You know, like even during Vietnam, they were called lazy dog bombing, where it's just like pieces of heavy metal. They would just like with fins on the end of it, and they would blanket areas. And so these things are falling from like 5,000 feet. So by the time they hit the ground, they have twice the kinetic energy of a 45 caliber bullet. You know what I mean? And so they would just blanket areas and just, you know, it's an anti-personnel weapon. Well, anyway, they have this new thing called Thor's hammer, which is about 20-something feet long, tungsten steel, and it drops from space, and it hits the ground with the same kinetic energy as a nuclear weapon would, but without none of the fallout. You know what I mean? So we could decimate a whole whatever, and it won't have no, because the treaty says no nuclear weapons in space. Well, it's not a nuclear weapon. It's just a big, heavy piece of metal, essentially like a big dart, like a big lawn dart coming from space going Mach 2 or whatever, slamming into stuff. I mean...
No, Iran is comparatively still in the Stone Age when it comes to military hardware. I mean, they're training. It's funny, somebody posted a video the other day on Facebook of their military guys doing a demonstration trying to break a base. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't seen it.
I gotta find it and share it to you. But anyway, yeah, so I don't feel bad, but here's the funny thing. So watching the news and watching like CNN and they're basically saying that we were wrong for killing this guy. They're making it seem like this guy was actually like a war general, like he was killing an American, like akin to killing an American general that was highly decorated and regarded and revered and respected.
Oh, wow.
I mean, this is what's mind blowing. And there was a good video on Facebook that I was shown yesterday about this Iranian woman, Iranian American, who basically just is appalled by how the left in this country are criticizing Trump for taking action against Soleimani, and it's just incredible. Like an active terrorist, actually somebody who was behind and orchestrated the attack on the embassy just days before, who was in Iraq for the very reason of continuing to orchestrate attack and killing of American troops.
Right.
Who was basically like a Mussolini or a Stalin who would kill his own people. And it's like, this is not a nice guy. Granted, like I said, a lot of people say, well, America has done a lot of bad things too. I was like, yeah, but I mean, not to this degree. I don't know, but.
Well, you know, what I fear more than Iran is all the sleeper cells here in America, because you know they're here.
Okay, but what about? Okay, let me tell you this though. And here's what I just thought about. Like Colin Kaepernick, for instance, is defending the Soleimani and basically saying that America has a history of killing black and brown people. I mean, you can't really. When you look at the history, you can't complain too much. But could you equate? Like, how would you? How could you defend somebody like Soleimani, who was not innocent? You know what I mean? Who has blood on his hands, like blood of Americans and Iraqis, and I mean, it's just there's no comparison. And then now Cardi B was talking about filing for Nigerian citizenship. Did you see that?
What the heck?
Yeah, she said because we killed Soleimani, she's gonna.
Bye, bitch. Bye. Wow, your music sucks anyway. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, hell no.
Yeah.
You know, but see, when shit pops off, like you know, I'm sure they got sleeper cells everywhere in America. You know, every liquor store, whatever. And I hate to sound any kind of way about it, but it is what it is. You know, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, motherfucker is a duck. You know what I'm saying? If something were to pop off like that, which would be crazy, because let's not forget, everybody in America got guns. Only in America. You know what I'm saying? But then that's when people are going to be like, yo, maybe the Second Amendment thing ain't so bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, that's, you know, the best army is a armed populace. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best army America to have, is armed people here in America defending this country because we live here. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about that shooting at that church in Texas? Did you see the video of that?
Yeah, man. I'm glad those ushers were armed. I tell you that.
What do you think about people carrying in church or public settings?
I think they should. I think teachers should carry too if they're comfortable with it, and if they're trained, why not? You know, it's just like, you know how they say driving is not a right; it's a privilege. Well, you know what? I think in this case, being able to carry should be a right. Well, I mean, it is a right, but you know, I think people are you know, or should I call them sheeple? You know, they just want to go with the status quo because it's safe, and no one's going to mock them or make fun of them because enough people are all thinking the same thing. Me, on the other hand, I like to go against the grain and be like, yo, I think people should conceal carry or open carry for that matter, because you know what? If it's like saying we shouldn't have fire hydrants or we shouldn't have fire extinguishers because we have firefighters. You know what I mean? It's like, okay.
That's actually a pretty good comparison, because I never thought of it that way, but you're exactly right. It's like you have a fire extinguisher in your possession, just in case something gets out of control, and you can't wait for the fire department. And the reality is police show up after a crime is committed. They don't show up prior, during.
They just show up to investigate and take pictures and whatnot. You know, but I can't take sole credit for that quote. I found that on Facebook somewhere.
Well, that was very intelligent. My esteem for you just went up because I did. But you're exactly right. And the whole thing, and like I'm really paying close attention to what's going on in Virginia, because I'm just, you know, about the Democratic Party trying to take away everybody's guns or things along those lines. That's going to be kind of interesting.
Well, that's scary, because I mean, you look at Hitler. That's the first thing he did, was take away people's right to protect themselves.
Yep.
But I guess people forget. You know, I guess history really does repeat itself.
Yep. So you happen to watch the opening monologue to Ricky Gervais's?
Yeah, I have it queued up. I have it queued up right here, man. That thing was awesome. It was funny. Talk about no holds barred, huh?
Yep. Why don't you play a little bit of it?
All right, here we go.
Hello and welcome to the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards, live from the Beverly Hilton Hotel
I want an
here
accent
in Los Angeles.
like that.
I'm Ricky Gervais. Thank you.
Hello, Governor.
You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards. So
is that really
anymore.
true? Is that why he just said
I'm
fuck
joking.
it? And just...
I never did.
Well, the thing is, though, Ricky Gervais is, like, everybody calls him like even though he's from the UK, everybody considers, people consider him like a alt-right, white supremacist kind of person, because he kind of like speaks the truth. Well, he has an active feud with trans activists in the UK on Twitter. So
oh wow,
he's actually he's one of those free speech, I don't give an F what you think kind of guys.
I like that though.
So
I like that.
No, yeah, but that's why I'm surprised. I'm surprised that he was still hosting, because he's hosted like 4 or 5 other times besides this. And I was still like really surprised that he was invited back, knowing that he's been having this active feud on Twitter with this trans activist. But
is that why he goes? This is number 5. This is number. He kept saying that.
Yeah, he's a long accomplished comedian.
It's her daughter.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I like it.
That must be the most
I'll turn it up a little.
thing that's ever happened to her. And her dad was in Wild Hogs. So lots of big celebrities here tonight. I mean, legends, icons. Yeah, look at this table alone. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro.
I like what he says about Joe Pesci right here. Yoda, baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda. Oh, that's Joe Pesci. Sorry. I love you, man. Don't have me whacked. But tonight isn't just about the people in front of the camera. In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background.
That's
but they
good
all
stuff,
have one
though,
thing
man.
in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, It was a big year.
I like how he says
It
pedophile.
was
He
a
says
big year for
pedophile.
pedophile movies.
That's how they say it in the UK. They say pedophile.
Pedophile.
Leaving
That's
Neverland.
crazy, man. Yeah, but I was listening to it. I was like, yo, that's hilarious. This guy got down. But anyway, so where you headed? You were driving. It sounded like you were driving somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just running some errands on this wet, cold. What, Thursday? Thursday already?
Thursday, man. It's my Friday, bro.
The year's flying by.
It really is. It really is, man. It's cool though. I like it because we're getting older. So another year down, right?
Yeah. No, but anyways.
So you're gonna go mining for gold tomorrow, I hear.
Oh.
Prospector.
So yeah, we're gonna. I'm good. Because wait, tomorrow's your Friday, you said?
Yeah, tomorrow's my Friday. I just got to go to
Tomorrow's your
school in
Friday,
the morning.
and it is Friday.
Yeah, I know. Thank God. It's been a long week, man. God.
No, yeah, we're going gold panning. I'm going to do something different. So the last few years, I've been trying to do something different. So 4 years ago, I went snowshoeing for the first time out in the middle of the mountains.
Snowshoeing?
Cool.
What's that about?
So you just go up to where the snow is about almost as tall as you are, and you just walk.
Oh, with those big round things on your snowshoe.
Yeah,
I guess they're called snowshoes, huh?
Oh, they look like tennis rackets on your feet.
Yeah.
Did snowshoeing, and then I went duck hunting. Like year before or last year or something like that. So now I'm going to go gold panning up in the gold country up in the foothills. So that's going to be cool. We're going to go 3 hours up, find a spot, and start panning for gold.
That's pretty cool, man. That's awesome.
So yeah, maybe make a continual trip out of it. We'll see. But anyways,
no, man, that's cool. You know, it's always fun. It's always fun to spread your horizons and open your mind and try something different. You know, I've been trying to get into stuff that's out of my norm. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to become stagnant and then just be just happy with the same old. But I like getting out and trying different things, and you never know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So you're gonna if you strike it rich, man, don't forget about me, all right?
No, I won't. But anyways, I'm gonna duck out right now, man.
All right, for sure, Rev. Well, it was a good time, man. We'll see when we could get into the studio together and do something together, man. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man.